Hello again, everyone! Since we last left off, I've finished up the foreground lines and am now going to begin the background. And I guess these the speed lines, I've created a separate layer for that, but I guess I'll consider it the same thing. In any case, nothing particularly interesting to note. I will say that these videos have considerably increased my productivity and efficiency. I mean, I normally don't get this much work done in such a short amount of time, or at least I haven't in a while. I've been lazy, so... Okay, again, you're safe, hidden the spoilers, you know, zero opacity, blocked, you know, out of view, whatever. All that good stuff, so... Not too much to do in the background. This is a pretty lightweight comic as far as the lines overall go. Still surprisingly, I've never recorded or timed, that is, how long it takes me to do these comics ever. So far though, with all that I've been recording from start to finish, up till this point, it's taken about 6 hours, which is kind of surprising, honestly, because it doesn't feel like I've done that much, but apparently I have, so. The backgrounds, I usually handle them more like one would with draft work. I'm sure that's kind of standard for most people. Less freehand, like in line art, more pen, tool, and shapes and all that stuff. So you know we'll just start that right here. This building. Okay, I need to set my pixel width about right. I like to, with perspective like this, to have the line become wider and as it gets, you know, further into the closer to the foreground. But there's not really an option for that with the pen tool with stroke paths. I mean, you have simulate pressure, which can help in very specific instances. Like here, it might actually help. Well, no, never mind. It tends to just make the line thicker in the center of line segments, or wherever the longest stretch of line is. So it hardly helps. It looks a little too thin. What does a 3-pixel line look like? Yes, I would say 3 at least for this part. No pressure. Okay. And then, you know, of course, the line art and the background layer are separate, so you don't have to worry about this. I can just erase this, not to worry about erasing this Luigi I worked on. We worked on. You were there. We did this together. And then I did all this by myself, but, you know. Could have used your help, guys. Where were you? Alright, I guess I'll, if I really want... Oop, let's bring that path back. If I really want to go for the effect that I was talking about earlier with the line widening up at this point, you know, let's see, I got rid of that key point. And... so I'll take this piece, and I'll bring it down just a couple pixels. Weird thing, I don't know, when I do this, you'd think... what you would think would happen would have just, you know, the line would just overlap there, and then it would just create like a broadening effect. For some reason, when I do this, it makes the line gray or something. I don't know if that's like a Photoshop error or what, but it does it. And yet it's not doing it now. Darn you, Photoshop, I see what you're doing. Trying to make old Brian look crazy. It's not gonna work. Or if you suddenly decide to work, hey, you go right a freaking head. But you know, either way, when you zoom out, you can't really tell the difference anyway. No, come back. Okay, I'd say a couple more pixels of broadening right there. I should say so. Right about. All right. God, wasn't that interesting? like sarcasm, right? Okay, and then I could go through that entire process over again, or I can just copy and paste this line and adjust it for the other lines flowing down the same plane. No, what? Oh, freaking lasso tool! How does it work? What the hell's happening? Photoshop. Stop it! You're making me look bad. Okay, So I can take this, hold down Alt, which is the shortcut for copy when you have Control selected, and I don't know, some other things I don't even know. Take that there. Control T for the shortcut, like we covered last time, the shortcut for free transform. And then we'll just kind of, grab at the corners and rotate until we get it to. There we go. About the draft lines that we wanted it to fit with. I think that is good. Okay, so for here, what we do about 4 pixel width, because it's not the furthest in the background. I also need to decide at what point I'm going to cut off the background lines, because like I said, I've been doing this line this background thing for areas really far in the background. Like at this point, I don't know. I've only been doing it for a few comics, and I'm not really sure exactly how I'm doing it. So far, I'm having it to where if it's a continuous line that goes into the background, I'll just I'll use the select tool and feather it, and then I'll just make the line fade, basically, into just color. So I mean, so far it hasn't looked terrible, but constantly learning. More than one ways to skin a. Why do they say skin a cat? Like, is that a thing that you would want to do? Because that's sick. I mean, unless if it was like for sustenance, I guess go ahead. But if there's other sources of food, or I just don't understand people sometimes, or the weird sayings they choose. Brush stroke of 4 pixels. Wait, is that that's 4 pixels? Oh, that feels kind of thick. I'm gonna go back to 3. And boop. Awesome. For those not in the know, if you want a line to follow a straight angled path, whether it be, if you want to go vertical, horizontal, 90 degrees, hold down Shift. You see, I set this one point here, and then I hold down Shift now, and so even if I veer off a little to the left, well, now it's just really making me look bad. Okay, oh, there it goes. If I hold down Shift, even if I go a little off to the left or to the right, it'll match the closest angle there. Very useful tip. Very basic though, so if you already knew that, sorry. If you didn't, you're welcome. But that's like a $3.99 tip. I still need to get a PO box. Okay, what the hell was this line here for? I think I have the door. Did I have the door end there? Is what I'm saying true? I think that's right. And then now that we're this close to the foreground, we'll switch back to 4 pixels. And boop. Awesome. Okay. You have a couple options with backgrounds. I mean, if you really want to make your comics editable, especially like for future proofing, you would make the background completely on a separate layer, and then you would just use layer masks, so that way if you ever want to make, offer up templates to your viewers, like remove like Mario and Luigi and they can draw whatever, or stuff like that. It depends on how far you want to go, but you could just use masks. A lot of the times I'll just erase them, because when you start layering a whole bunch of masks and all these different layers, it starts to really bog down the computer. And like I said, my computer typically doesn't have an issue with that kind of thing, but this using it and recording at the same time is, I don't know. I made a post on the KakuJomics Facebook page and on my Twitter account about that recently. Something, just my computer is filling this room with an odd smell, and I think it might be burning silicone. That I'm pretty sure is a bad thing. So you might be seeing me here after a while begging for donations or something, because my computer decided to just commit suicide. Oh, I didn't set a perspective. Do I still have those paths? Hey, I do. No, wait, that's not the... No! Crap! Ah! You'll see it in the time-lapse. I had, like, perspective lines with a horizon point. I actually didn't do it right the first time. I really need to brush up on my, my perspective techniques. Ah, get out of the way, Draft. I can't think with you in my face. Okay. I'll just go with that. Come on, it's a gag comic. People are... I'm not getting draftsmen as my viewers. I think I'm safe. Relatively safe from ridicule. One of the many things I've learned from the internet, however, is if you point out something in an attempt to preemptively diffuse anyone's ridicule, it'll just make them try all the harder. So come at me, bro! Seriously, please leave me alone. Is that loud? Is that music loud for you guys? It's really hard to tell with the setup that I have. Because I don't know, iTunes, it has this thing where it says it's going to regulate the sound of all the songs to kind of make them all the same, but then it doesn't, and yeah, I just don't know if I can trust iTunes. I don't know who to trust anymore. You know, not iTunes. Oh, that doesn't seem... How did the one at Windows go? Oh, speaking of one at and Windows and identifying features, I realized something. The fact that I only have like the most indicative thing of this place being one at is right here, and it's really hard to tell. So I'm thinking, like, do I need to add something in it that makes it more obvious that they're in an Earthbound setting? You know, I figured the easiest road would just be to draw like Mr. Saturn somewhere, or you know, put whatever the specific phrase on the taxi was. You know, little notes like that. But if it's not, there are people that haven't played Earthbound. There are a lot of people, and that's a sad fact. But you know, we can only do so much with that. But people who have played Smash Bros, you know, they'll recognize a stage at least. But here, I don't feel like they'll recognize it. You know, it'll just be like Mario and Luigi. They're just standing in front of a store, and Luigi just beats the crap out of him. I don't. Where is this going? You know. I don't know. But then again, it could play towards and work for the whole, like, you don't even realize, like, it's in a I don't know. I'm trying to watch what I say because I worry that if I lose myself, I'm going to start spouting spoilers. I try to avoid that as much as possible, because then what fun are these videos? You know, then no one will want to watch them. So I'm taking pretty good measures. Of course, this will become more troublesome later on when we come upon comics where the joke is, like, you know, spread across a few different panels. It'll get really annoying. I don't know. We'll figure it out. You know, we'll figure it out. We'll play as we go along. Aha! These lines right here. This needs to... No, wait, was that the... Oh, no! I'm so disorganized right now. Okay, I think that goes there. Just separate the windows from the doors. Like so. Okay. Oh, right. I resized my brush. I was like, who resized my brush? And it was me. That solves that mystery. Okay, good. But yeah, like I said earlier, I have these perspective lines for this building actually going to meet, I think, about right. Let's see, what was it? Like right here. And it's actually not working for me because then I have this other stuff in the background. It's drawing theory. Read a book. You're not. If you're here looking for actual, like, organized lessons, you don't know me. Now you do, though. So, you know, if you still want to hang out, you know, that's cool. You know, I'm not doing much right now. I'm just drawing. How about you? Watching me draw. Okay, you must be bored. Oh wait, no. What? I'm told that's not good for building readership. This is interesting stuff, people. Don't. What better things do you have to do right now? Come on. Oh no! No! Come back. Okay. Oh, you don't need to be that wide. That's not what I intended at all. Okay, fine. No. Okay, I'll continue the line over here then. Bring it down about here. Out of it. Oh, come on. All this time and I still don't fully understand the pen tool. It's kind of Adobe stuff, I've noticed. There's not the best documentation, and if there's ever a bug, they just kind of leave it. Most people think it's just, you know, because they want you to have an incentive to buy the next iteration. And frankly, I agree to an extent. I mean, come on, there are things, Photoshop problems. It's like first world problems, except probably even worse because I have Photoshop. Just finish up this happy little street lamp thing. I don't know. I'm gonna have to put, like I said, I'm gonna have to put Mr. Saturn in here. Drawing the taxi. I don't know, or like a. Well, this is the drugstore. I remember this exact drugstore mainly because I'm doing a Let's Play of Earthbound, and I'm kind of in one-it right now. But wait a second. Isn't there another store next to the drugstore? Am I thinking of the pizza place next to the other thing? Oh no! What a terrible memory. So, I could put like Mr. Saturn dolls in there or something. I don't know, because if I draw one thing in there, I'm gonna have to draw the rest in there, and it's distracting. Very. What a crossroads. I think past this, whatever this is. What is that? It's not a telephone pole. Those aren't telephone wires. Why would you erect those just for that purpose? Ah, it's a video game, Brian. Shut up. Okay, so yeah, past this point, no more lines. It's all just gonna be shape colors. Colors in the form of shapes. Colored shapes. Words. Alright, I guess I'll just add this line, and then that'll be it for today. Okay. Oops. I'm done with you on it. No, it's okay, go on. Oh no. What's that thing again? There we are. Just restroke that a couple times. 12. Ignore that. What? What? I only moved that one piece. Why is it acting like that piece moved? Huh? I am fairly certain that you are mistaken, good sir. Okay, let's see. What on earth did I do? Ah, this is more trouble than it's... Oh, that's where I did it. I accidentally used the select all thingy. Nah, crap! Ugh! I almost said Subaru for no reason. Ah, okay. Deselect, single select, move over a few pixels, and stroke. Good freaking God. And that is... that's better. This is redonkulous. Oh. Now here comes a perky song, and we gotta end the episode. I'm depressed now. Ah, it's okay. I will be strong, because we get to do this all over again. Like, well, there might not be an update tomorrow. It's the weekend, and I actually had a babysitter, but you know, whatever. Crap happened apparently. You know, kids, or maybe you don't know. In which case, enjoy it. There's so many benefits. I don't know. That's not fair. I don't mean that. I really do like being a dad. It's pretty freaking awesome. It's just trying to do like 2.5 jobs and be good and all that crap. Look, listen to me. This is a video about me drawing. Unless if you want to be my therapist, you know, by all means, send me an email or something. But don't really. I'm not asking for that. Oh, now I feel kind of awkward. I don't want to end this episode on an awkward note, so I'm gonna draw some grass. This has a bonus. My way of saying sorry for being awkward, I guess. Can you feel it washing away? The awkwardness? God, I'm not helping it by talking about it. Alright, and that's all we have time for today. Let's have a look at it without the draft. Okay, shaping up. Yeah, now that I'm looking at it without the draft, it really does feel like this line, it slopes in too much. Let's see. Yeah, maybe that could. Place the anchor here. Does that perspective look right? Yeah, now it feels like it's not expanding out enough. Oh, pickety things. Huh. You know, I think I like that better. You think? So that means by the time it gets down to Luigi's feet, it'll be about... Let's see. Yeah, I guess that's still about right. If I really wanted to make sure I was right, I would use a whole bunch of complex perspective techniques that I've mostly forgotten about, that I learned forever ago, but... Okay. I don't know. These kind of things, usually I get have a better perspective on if I come back later. That's enough for now, then. What a weird episode. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me. And until next video, see you then.